Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Hey, we're on holidays. Here's a heap of stuff you've heard before.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and honestly, and this is the only time we're doing this, so this is the only recording they'll get, and they'll want us to do it again. I mean,
I know.
all right,
No.
here's the deal. If you
It is
see
what
us
it
while
is.
we're on holidays as well, don't come up and say, I wish you were back at work. Oh, when are you going back? Because we will push you into traffic.
Harsh but fair.
Well, we will. Sean, will we not?
Oh, he've been shouldered right into that.
Sean will wait for the
oncoming
biggest
drive.
four-wheel drive. Exactly, Sean. No hatchback for Sean. Anyway, so this is some of our most favourite things. Actually, we don't
Really
even know
favourite
what's
things?
going in it.
No, they're just things we've done.
Yeah, it could even be other shows. We don't know.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Now, you might have seen in the news that the Pint Police are out to ensure that our Aussie beer drinkers are getting what they pay for.
Thank God.
Yes. Now, this is amazing, and we're very excited about this. The country's peak measurement body, the National Measurement Institute, is conducting a week-long and nationwide audit with about 320 pubs, clubs and hotels and breweries being put under the microscope. This is amazing. Businesses who are short measuring their customers can be fined up to $222,000.
That's a very specific amount.
Is there a more important job in Australia? I
Well,
ask
let's
you?
go to someone that works there, the manager for programs and governance. Gavin Watts joins us. Hello, Agent Gavin.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun, good morning. How are
Gavin.
you?
Hey,
Gavin.
Agent
Very
Gavin.
important work, Gavin.
I have to say,
It is.
I haven't been as
But before
excited to talk to anyone more than you for a while, but keep going, Gavin.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to lead in with a local band song from Dennis Committee, the band called the Pint Police. They penned the song in 2020. It's probably not for breakfast radio consumption, but have a listen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Dennis Committee wrote
Yeah,
it. He asked us to see if we could play it one day, actually.
Did you really?
Couldn't get it off the ground, yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean? We'll play anything.
So how Australian is the Pint Police, though, and what we're doing? So really, really good to be and really excited to be on the show. We've got, we do some really serious stuff for Australia in terms of measurement, and we also do some really fun stuff. So really lucky that, you think about what we spend our money on, groceries, fuel, and, we're a social bunch. We like going to the pub. So the program for this concentrated program for this week is just looking at pubs and clubs. So all of our inspectors are out around Australia, just doing our thing, working with industry and also doing some secret shoppers. We can't drink it, unfortunately, but just making sure that people are getting what they pay for.
I tell you what, and this is, we said it before, this is super important. So how many agents are there on the ground presently at the moment there, Gavin?
Well, we can't tell you that. Now, look, we've got in our branch. So we're called the Legal Metrology Branch. So we're a part of the National Measurement Institute. So it's an even longer business card. I heard you at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's a long business card.
Do you have a badge? I'd love to
We
put that on
do.
your
We
butt.
do have a badge.
Yeah, but
and
they're
we
so
do have
drunk
to
they
show
can't find it. I was trying to see it somewhere.
No, but look, we're out there. So look, if you look at what's been going on for the last 2 years, we've been in COVID. Even the pubs and clubs have been doing it tough. So we're all consumers. Even businesses are consumers. So what we do is we make sure that everybody's getting correct measurement. So that's the end. It's measurement for all Australia, effectively.
I love it. I love it.
Now, Gavin, obviously, it changes from state to state as well, what the standard measurement is for a beer and what they call it. So it's very confusing. But I've noticed a couple of places just saying small and large. How do you define that? If they say, I want a large
Great
beer.
call,
yeah.
Nat.
It's a very good call. So the term pint, pony, schooner, pot, whatever you call them,
Yep.
if you Google it, it's just crazy. So every state and territory has different use of that colloquial term. However, the glassware that you use for your beer is batch tested. So usually a brim measured glass. So, you fill it to the top. And that has been tested, or the batch of glasses has been tested for accuracy. So I've got to get away. I'm old school. I still ask for a pint. I've got to go and ask for a large or a small. And different beers come in different glassware. So
Okay, so are you like going in, busting the door down, pint please? Or are you sort of just ordering and then sort of sneakily doing it in the corner?
Yeah. How do you measure it? Or do you put it
so
into
we
a
do-
bag and take it with you?
No, we do it a couple of ways. So we do announced visits, so we can go into a premises and show our badge. Yes,
Pint
we show our
please!
badge.
Yeah, like that.
Pint
Yep.
please,
Yep.
yeah. So we show our badge,
Yep.
and then we we settle in with our measuring equipment, and we can test the spirit dispensers. We can check the brim measures of the glassware. We check for compliance generally.
Yes.
And again, we do find things wrong sometimes, but generally people want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
The big stick is the $222,000. We don't like using that. It's about trying to help industry do the right thing. Like I said before, the pubs and clubs have been closed for a while. They're coming back online. Tourism is important for Australia.
Yeah.
And people will vote with their feet. If they don't get the right measurement, they'll go somewhere else. So, we want to make sure the pubs are doing it right. We want to make sure that when I go to the pub, or my wife or my kids, that they get what they pay for.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We just spoke to Gavin Watts from the Legal Metrology Branch of the National Measurement Institute.
Cracking down on pints and drinks at the moment.
Things.
Good.
So we're talking about when something was too big or too small. I just want to quickly remind Shaun of when he complained on my behalf about a pasta dish that I wasn't enjoying at a restaurant, and then the wait staff and the chef came out to apologise to me. I was sinking in my chair because I didn't want to cause a fuss. And then they
overcompensated.
Said, "Would you like something for dessert? What have you ordered?" And I said, "I ordered the tiramisu." And they proceeded to bring out a wheelbarrow of tiramisu.
It's the biggest serve of tiramisu I've ever seen.
And none of these monsters would help me either.
No, well,
and then
it was
I felt
yours.
obliged to because Shaun had
Because
complained.
you yes.
I had tiramisu coming out of my eyes.
When you say
my
tiramisu, you
ears.
got to say it twice.
Tiramisu. Thank you. Renee's in Kelmscott. Hi, Renee.
Hi.
Okay,
Renee.
we're talking about when things are too big, too small. There's measurement matters. What happened?
So I got engaged on Saturday.
Oh,
congratulations.
Thank you. And so I have the smallest finger ever. And my partner did so well to get one that was, still too big, but we took it back on Sunday thinking, 2 sizes down, it will take a few weeks. No, it has to go 5 sizes down.
How tiny, your little tiny
What did he do? Buy you a bangle?
baby. Or have you got baby fingers?
I have baby fingers. He actually took a ring from my house, and he took like a cheap barley one that I had years ago, and I was like, oh my goodness, that has never fitted on that finger. But anyway.
Renee, I think he might have taken a hula hoop. No, I'm sure it fits. So, then also
5 sizes.
Like, don't you think looking at the size of the ring and then knowing the person you're about to marry, like, he must have a distorted view of you having sausage fingers.
No, he thinks her. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got sausage
Yeah,
fingers.
he thinks she's got sausage fingers.
Yeah, or just she's got abnormally small fingers.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks, Renee, and congratulations. Humble brag, by the way. She's loved.
She is loved. Yeah, that was in your face.
I noted that both Nathan and I congratulated her, but Shaun?
Well, I know what's coming.
Sean's like, dude, back away, not today, disco lady.
Nick's and Rolling Stone, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great, Nick. Okay, measurement matters. What have you got for us?
So, we had a insurance claim recently where we had to get the wall repainted in our lounge room. Mm-hmm. And the painter has come through and read the paperwork and has read it incorrectly. So instead of painting 15 metres of it's a huge lounge room, so instead of painting 15 metres of a wall, he has read it as 13 metres and has literally cut it at the 13-metre line.
That's outrageous.
So we have, I wish I could send you photos to prove it, but we have 13 metres of a darker beige kind of a colour. And we have 2 metres short at the end of my lounge room next to where my TV is, of white paint still that he refused bluntly to paint the last 2 metres because he can only do what the insurance company will let him do, and that is the story.
That is ridiculous.
Except that the insurance company said 15 metres. So he just read it wrong.
But then he's got to go and get the paint right.
So does the paper? So they said 15 metres, but does his paperwork show 13 metres?
Yeah, the five is a little bit sketchy on old Mick who filled out the paperwork.
Yeah.
So it does. To his credit, it does look like a 3. However,
but he wouldn't accept when you said that is actually a 5. And clearly, if it's 2 metres short, it's a 5.
World's most perfect line at 13 metres. Like, he's a very good painter.
Yeah, but he doesn't go the extra mile. Yeah.
But do you know
mile,
what?
extra metre.
Yeah.
Beautifully straight, but two different colours, and it looks like I've got curtains up at the end of the house. It's very odd.
You know what? This is terrible, but on his defence, if you've ever painted a room right, you get to a point where you're going, I'm not painting another centimetre.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Imagine being on a date and then realising that you were just being used as an Uber driver, essentially.
So bad.
And the girl wasn't just after a lift. She was hooking up with somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else
Yeah, we're looking
while you're
for,
waiting.
Upon reflections, pretty sad dates.
Yep.
Pretty short dates. Dates where you're possibly used.
Ali's in Kelmscott. Good morning, Ali.
Good morning.
Hi, Ali.
Ali, talk to us about this date. What happened?
I'd met a nice young man and he invited me to go to his place and then we would go out for dinner. My first warning should have been he lived in Medina, so he may have been dodgy. But he was
Are you researching
have you tried the Medina
population
Tavern?
of Medina?
The Pace Road Tavern is a great...
There are some upstanding Medina men, I have to say.
Yeah, like, not this one. So I got there and he was in a dressing robe and he's like, I'll just be 2 seconds, got to get changed.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. And then he naked manned me. He just went into another room and then came out naked as if
Oh, so he got changed.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
He got
right.
changed into his birthday suit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no thank you. So I went and got myself dinner.
Real feed.
I just-
Well, that's on him, Ali. If he had a better rig, then you would have been like, oh, yeah.
So wait,
No, he
sorry,
invited
can
her
I
over.
get this straight? He was in a robe.
Yeah.
Then he's walked into another room and then come out naked.
Yeah, he said, I'll just go and get changed, which he did.
Yeah.
And then offered dinner.
I think he was insinuating he himself might be the dinner.
Oh, so
And
sausages.
I genuinely thought this was before
Frankenbeans.
Tinder.
Meatballs
I
and
thought it was
sausages.
going to be like a real date, and then it wasn't. It was just a naked man, and I'm like, well,
In Medina.
not really much there. I better go get a real feed.
Well, you know what? This is how the men in Medina snag their women. And there are a lot of people listening in Medina right now that they go, yeah, this is how I met my partner.
I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. Don't go to their house on the first date when you haven't met them before. Just
You haven't met
safety wise.
them before.
If you
Okay,
haven't
yeah.
met them before, like going to their house first up is not a good idea.
Why? What could go wrong?
Public places, people. Public places. Meet them there. Have your own transport.
Very interesting move.
Or have
Close off,
a
first up.
Tinder date waiting outside of the car.
That's right. I listen to a lot of murder podcasts.
Yeah.
I know how it goes.
Oh, that was romantic, Ali,
It was,
and I
Ali.
think you should have been with him. Let's
Thank
go
you.
to Jade in Ellenbrook. Hi, Jade.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Jade.
So
Okay.
We're talking about sad dates or short dates or dates where you're possibly used.
What have you got for us?
Yeah, so I was chatting to this girl on Tinder. Everything seemed to be going really well. She was out of state at the time, so she was over east. Chatting away to her, and then one day she'd asked me if I could do a favour for her.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, okay. She wanted me to go to a florist,
Yeah.
pick up some flowers and deliver them to a friend for her.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I could do
They were like, oh, she's staying in a hotel. And I'm like, okay, no worries. So I went to this florist, picked up the flowers. They were red roses.
Yeah.
And then she gave me the address to deliver them to.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was actually a hotel.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I've knocked on the door. There was no answer. So I've texted, make sure I was at the right door. Everything was all good.
Yeah.
They're like, look, just leave them at the door. So I've left them at the door and I've left.
Yeah.
Never heard from them again.
She just saw you as a flower courier.
Jade.
Jade. What is that about?
Is that once again, is that mean and genius?
Mean
genius.
Mean genius.
That is mean genius. But Jade,
Stop using Tinder as a courier service.
Jade, you didn't pay for the flowers, you just delivered them?
I just delivered them, yeah. I didn't have to pay for them. Luckily that.
So the florists must have said, we can't deliver them. We don't have enough delivery drivers. And so this person has got you to do it.
Yep.
Jade, can I have your number when I can't be bothered paying the Uber Eats fee?
Jade, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Jade, you got used big time. And you're a nice guy.
Jade, have you found love since?
I have.
Oh.
Yes.
What have you had to do for her?
I actually had to get her a visa to come here and live in Australia.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Red flag, Jade.
No.
what country, Jade? What country did you come from?
Very happy.
She's from America.
Oh, good times.
Interesting.
Happily married now for 5.5 years.
I've seen
well
90
done,
Day
mate.
Fiance. I know how it works.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We are talking dating. It's a minefield out there.
Yeah.
Sad dates, short dates.
Dates where you were used.
Yeah.
Dates where you were used.
I know.
Though. They're terrible, but yet super clever. Let's go to Vicky in Perth. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, how you going?
Good,
Hey,
Vicky.
Vic.
All right, so
Okay.
how long ago was this, Vicky?
It was a few years ago now, about 4 or 5 years ago.
right.
I thought I'd give online dating a go.
Yes.
And, got a little bit nervous about it. Got all dressed, thought I looked great. And the guy said, I'll meet you at this pub. So I was waiting upstairs and he walked in and he went, no, this isn't going to work. And he walked out.
No, Vicky.
Purely on appearance,
Vicky,
Jack.
don't laugh. Vicky.
I mean, I don't think I'm ugly.
Oh, Vicky.
What were you wearing?
What were you
Vicky?
wearing? Talk us
Yes.
through the outfit.
Oh, goodness, I can't remember what I was wearing, but I can say I would have looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
But how I
And looked like your photo on your online profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was no
exactly.
bait and switch there.
No, there was, it was really bizarre.
Vicky,
It
so
would have to be the shortest date in history.
Vicky, I do have to say, right, that's happened to, I reckon, a lot of people.
Yes.
So can you explain the way you felt after that in case there is somebody that is planning on perhaps doing that to somebody else?
To be honest, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely shocked. I was
Yeah.
like, what the? I thought, well, just as well, it's probably a mental case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Vicky,
yeah.
did a lot of people know that you were going on the date? Because sometimes you tell friends
Yes.
that you're going on a date, and then they ring up the next day.
I told people what happened, and they were shocked too. They're like, what, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Vicky, how did that date go?
Yeah, Vicky, did you wear that outfit again, or
I would have incinerated it, Vicky.
I would have incinerated and salted the earth?
Believe me, I reckon I would have looked hot.
Well, there you go. Nothing worse when you're feeling good.
I
you're
think it's
looking
safe to
good.
say it just wasn't the one for you.
Nah,
Yeah.
good, Vicky.
Vicky looks down and goes, oh, well, culottes don't work. All right.
Noted.
Got it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
There are some situations in life, my friends,
Yes.
when you think, hang on, an explanation is required here, but none is forthcoming.
Yes.
That's what we want to talk about.
Let's go to Sally in Jollymont. Hello, Sally.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Sally.
Sal.
All right.
Hi. It was quite a few years ago, and we were invited to a party. But before we went, the friend said, look, one of the people that's going is quite deaf, and you've really got to explain and speak slowly. I said, all right then, all right.
Great.
Anyway, all night I was talking to this one person who I thought was the deaf person, and I really explained my words, spoke slowly, and at the end of the night I went over to the friends of mine and I said, oh my God, they were so good. They understood everything I said. I said, also, I've got to tell you, they never turned up.
Sorry, this person is there having a conversation with you, not comprehending why on earth you are speaking so loudly and
That's
clearly.
Yes.
And gesturing a lot with your
Yes.
hands, I take it.
Yes. And my jaw was killing me, and I was really, really pronouncing my words. And I thought, and I felt so sorry for them. I had the worst night because I stuck with them all night.
You're
I felt
trying your
sorry
best.
for them. No one was doing
Okay.
You're a lovely person,
Now, this
Sally.
is a double prong thing, right?
Yes.
Sally, did you go back and tell that person why you were doing it?
No, they'd gone.
Well, that's my thing. Now that person's
Yes.
like going, where was the explanation for that?
That's right, exactly. Oh,
Why
Sally.
did you speak to me like that?
That's funny.
Thank you, Sally. Cracking start. Annette's in Victoria Park. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hey, what was the situation? It could have done with an explanation, Annette.
Oh, yeah, this one really could. So back many years ago when I was a hairdresser in Rockaby Road, I had a policy never to date a client, but this guy convinced me to go on a date and he took me to the Witch's Cauldron.
Oh, down the road.
And
Yes.
also on
Garlic
Rockaby Road,
prawns.
yes.
We love the
Macadamia chicken
Yeah,
was good
beautiful
too.
place, lovely posh restaurant.
Yeah.
He'd already been there previously and set up a flower at the table, and also an ice bucket which had a bottle of methylated spirits in it. That was our wine for the evening.
What?
Yeah.
Was that some sort of joke? Had you had a long-standing joke about methylated spirits?
No, I didn't. I didn't know him. He just thought that was going to kind of break the ice, I think, and thought it was funny. But everybody was staring at us weirdly because there was a bottle of methylated spirits in the ice bucket.
Yeah, so then you couldn't acknowledge all the other people sitting around you
because you didn't get the joke.
And they were like, oh yeah. Okay.
So not only did you, but everyone in that restaurant required an explanation, and he gave none.
They did, and the waitress's face, she looked absolutely mortified. I can still remember the look on her face.
Can I just say something?
Shocked.
What a strange night, because I know probably the table that you were sitting at, and above you was a giant stocking witch. One of those that was stuffed. Remember that giant witch that was made from stuffed stockings?
It was such a classy restaurant with weird stuffed witches.
And not just that, weird stuffed witches, but also the placemats were natural flora and fauna.
They were.
Which had nothing to do with witches. It was so weird.
Annette, are you and the bloke still together?
Oh, God, no. I never went out with him again.
Oh,
no,
okay,
I mean, where was the relationship going to go? I mean, look at the price of petrol.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Occasionally in life you're presented with a situation where you think this needs a bit more
Please explain.
Explanation, indeed. Thanks, Pauline. Like when you're on a first date and you go to the toilet, you come back and the food that was on your plate is now gone.
Yeah, your plate's not taken away.
No.
The person over from you obviously ate it and they're saying nothing. Pretty weird stuff. Let's go to Isabel and Kwinana. Hi, Isabel.
Hello.
Hi.
What happened?
So I've been looking at houses to move into for the last few months, and I was a bit late to viewing a house. And as I got there and came down the driveway, the real estate agent was standing by the front door half naked.
Oh, what do you mean? Wait, which half?
Well, top off?
Half, yeah.
Okay, and then what happened?
So as she was unlocking the door, another person coming to view the property was walking down the driveway and tripped and spilled their hot coffee all down her.
Well, at least you did get an explanation, because otherwise that's really weird.
I've heard of home open, but it's taking it to the next level.
Also, this is a tough rental market. A bit of a tip, do not throw hot coffee at the agent. That is not going to help you. There's not much point viewing the property after that, is there? You're not going to get it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.